Welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're actually going to be doing something we have yet to do on the channel, and that is a mouse optimization guide and how to get your mouse feeling absolutely zero delay. What I mean by zero delay is every click happens instantly and it feels like your mouse is actually working properly. Now I know a lot of people that play Fortnite may come across problems when they're trying to double edit and you only edit one thing like a cone, or you edit the cone and then you edit the floor and then you choke the stare at it because your mouse just isn't keeping up with your keyboard. Today we're going to give you the fix for that, so make sure you watch every single setting because every setting helps a little bit, but all of them together helps a lot of it. Thank you guys for clicking on today's video, and if you like the video, make sure you like the video. That makes sense, I promise. And also, quickly, I do want to say 90-something% of you guys that are watching are not currently subbed. We're trying to hit a goal of 10,000 subscribers, and if we hit this goal, we may or may not, I'm not going to give away any spoilers, be giving away a keyboard. I'm not going to say what kind of keyboard because then there's spoilers. But anyways, make sure you like, subscribe. One of you subscribers will get a chance to get a keyboard. And let's continue with today's video. Who is E-Kitten? And why are they adding me? Wait, party invite. Hold on. Hello? Now, to start off today's video, we're actually going to be starting in the app of your mouse. Now, if your mouse does not actually have an app for it, that is okay, because there's other things in this video that we're going to talk about that actually, help out just as much. So here we are in the mouse app, and you actually want to be on 1600 DPI. Now, if you do play 800 currently, and, oh, not that much DPI, so let's put it back on 1600. 1600 DPI, right? Let's say, that is what you play, and normally you play on 800 DPI. Now, basically, when you go to Fortnite, your sensitivity is, obviously going to be higher because you're now on a higher DPI, meaning your mouse moves faster. So you want to know how you make your Fortnite sensitivity be the exact same that it was when you were on 800 DPI. And what you need to do. Now, if you're an absolute gamer like me, you would just half that bitch and call it a day. So 6.4 would now be 3.2 on each side, and you wouldn't touch the scope and targeting because that kind of just translates over. But I know a lot of you guys are absolute nerds, and you want to know the exact amount of sensitivity you should be using to be the exact same. Now, basically, what you would do is you'd go 6.4 for me, in my case, multiply it by 2 equals 12.8, and then divide it by 4, and that gives you a big 3.2, which is just halving it. Now, if you're a nerd, whip out the calculator, get it done, but there you go. Just half that bitch, because it only makes sense, right? So if you open up the app, 1600, right? Or let's do it this way. 16, 8 plus 8 is 16, therefore half of 16 is 8, right? So if you're going from 800 DPI to 1600 DPI, you just half your sensitivity and boom, you're there. But if you play on something like 66 and you're like, okay, you don't want to do the math, you go in here, you go 66 times 2 and divide it by 4. There you are. There it is. That is the sensitivity you will now be playing on. Right? So it's as easy as that. That's how you find your sensitivity. Hopefully that helps you out right there. Anyways, let's bring this back down to the big 3.2. And for anybody wondering why you actually want to be on 1600 DPI is because it actually gives you a lower response time, meaning every time you click something, it happens faster when you're on 1600 DPI rather than 800 DPI. Now, there's another thing in here that we need to do before we talk about the wireless report rate, and that is actually click settings, and over here on the left, there is something called a switch. Now, you're probably wondering what a switch is. Now, a lot of you guys, when you hear switch, you think of a keyboard, blue switches, red switches, optical switches, all kinds of different types of switches, but when you're like a mouse, okay, so basically an optical switch is the fastest switch you can have for a mouse, so you want it on optical switches when it comes to a G Pro. Now, you don't have a mouse that has a switch option, or you don't know what switches it has, that is okay, because later in this video we talk about something called XMouse that actually allows you to have a 1 millisecond response time on your mouse either way. So there you have it. Now we figured out how to match our sensitivity to the new DPI we just put on. Next is kind of big. It's a lot you need to pay attention to. Not really, actually. If you're, it's really not that much. I just lied to you. Anyways, so basically wireless report rate, right? Which is basically just your polling rate of your mouse. So how smooth it is moving left to right. Now, a lot of you are going to be set to 1000 Hz. Now, that is what I would recommend to every person watching this video, because I don't know what kind of PC you have, and I don't want to cause a problem on your computer. Now, what I mean by that is, if you're on 1000 Hz, you have no risk of any stutters on your computer, moving left to right, and FPS drops, stuttering, stuff like that, right? So, what you want to do, right, is if you're noticing stutters because you're playing on 8000 polling rate or hertz, right? You want to lower that down to the big 1000 now. But if you have a higher end computer like I do, which if you're wondering what my specs are, here they are on screen. Higher end computer. I happen to own on the higher end of a computer, so I play on a big 4000 hertz polling rate, and I don't got any stutters. Now, if your PC specs match mine or a little bit less, you know, not much less, just a little bit less now. Okay, don't jump the gun here. 4000 hertz may work for you. Now, if you have better PC than me, 4000 hertz will guaranteed work for you. But if you are running on a absolute potato, your mom's old computer that she used for school, don't run 4000 hertz because you're just going to cause problems on your computer. That was, I made that a lot more than it needed to be. Good PC, 4000, bad PC, 1000. That's what you need to be. But 4000 hertz will cause less delay and overall will feel a lot smoother, but keep in mind it will kill your mouse faster if you're playing wireless. Now, one last thing I do want to say is if you have RGB option on your mouse, like lights, if you don't know what RGB is, if you have any kind of lighting on your mouse, just turning it off will give you less delay as well. I'm sure you've heard that from absolutely everybody. Lighting, for some reason, does give you delay, but not much at all, because your keyboard is actually ran through something like a motherboard, right? Everything has a motherboard, which controls pretty much everything. And, it's also controlling these lights to make these lights work. Therefore, it will be working on another thing, giving your keyboard or mouse less delay. Okay, now we can actually close this app and close Fortnite. That shouldn't be open. And we are now on the desktop. Okay, now we are now on the desktop. Now, the next thing we're actually going to talk about is in my Discord. Now, I know how weird that sounds, mouse settings in your Discord. Yeah, so basically, I have a spot in here that gives you the option for a tweak pack. Now, this tweak pack is completely safe. Matter of fact, so safe, I'll even show you what to do. Now, all these ads you see on screen, do not click. I don't control any of these ads. I don't get revenue from any of these ads. So don't click them. All you click is this download for the tweak pack. Now, before you download XMouse, I do want to quickly talk about what it does. As you can see, I have it open right here, and basically what it does is, let me open up SteelSeries, because that's probably the best way I can explain this to you guys for you to understand it. Now, okay, that just closed. As you can see, this 0.1, 1 millisecond response time on my keyboard. My W has 1 millisecond response time, just like every other key on my keyboard. Now, you're probably wondering, how do you get your mouse to have 1 millisecond response time? And that is where XMouse comes in. I'm just going to open it real quick and show you. Basically, you're going to see all the settings here in 2 seconds, but in advanced, everything is set to 1 millisecond, and that is the response time that I fail to let you know what the 1ms stands for when I go over these settings. So that is what it is. All these ones are set to your response time for your mouse, initial repeat rate, 1 millisecond, all kinds of stuff, real time. Now, let's get into how to download and how to set this up. Once you click download, this would be my 2 billionth time downloading this, which, by the way, for you guys wondering, it does have over 10,000 downloads. It'll take you here, and then you'll see 0 mouse delay. And you're like, dang, that's what this video is about. Double click it, boom, you see something called XMouse, and the XMouse download right here. You click extract all, click extract. After you've extracted all, you go back and you double click this, and there will be something that pops up on the screen that says click yes. Sorry, screen goes black when you do that. Click next. This is just the install. Click I agree. And no, for you guys wondering, because everybody wonders, I'm not paid by this. No sponsorship, no money, no nothing. You don't have to donate. You don't have to do none of that. It is literally just to download. Now that you have XMouse installed, open it. Only one thing left to do. Open it. Now you can actually close everything else you have open. I don't know how half of that even got open there. But here we are. Now you have this thing pulled up, and basically what you do is you go to settings. And you're like, okay, it's a lot of settings here. Don't worry about this. Click advanced. And you're like, dang, there's a lot going on. I don't know what to do. Well, you're in luck, buddy. Because right here, we actually have the right settings in the tweak pack. Okay, can't drag. Love that. Love to see that. Okay, click. Okay. Right here on the, I know it's a lot going on screen. For the people that don't know how to use computers, this might be overwhelming. But look, it's really not that big of a deal. And then you click advanced. Now, just make sure everything matches left to right. Right, so checked. Then unchecked, unchecked, good. Check, check, good. Unchecked, good. Check, unchecked, check. And debounce, ignore rapid mouse clicks. Boom. Checked. Unchecked and checked. Just like that. Now, copy every single setting on the left to right. So, boom, 1. Over here, 50. Nope, 1 now. Over here, 100. Yeah, you thought, buddy? Now it's 1. 130. Yeah, no thanks. 1. Right? 1,000. Way too much. 100. Right? Instead of high, put that bit in real time. Okay? Now, down here, note, you must press OK to apply these settings on the main screen before they take effect. I mean, that's only common sense for you to close out after doing the settings. No, you click OK. It's done. And then bottom right, apply. Just like that. You now have XMouse. But one annoying thing about XMouse is you will always have to have this open. As you can see down here, it is always open. So what you want to do is go into settings. I know this is a lot. Go into apps. Go to not default apps. Go into apps again. And also, everybody talks about how I leak my name up here. I don't care. Guys, I appreciate it. But if I cared about my name being linked, I'll just blur it. There's not much you can do with my name there. But anyways, XMouse button control. Turn on. So as soon as your PC launches, so does XMouse, and you're good to go. No need to, search for it, open it, and set. You don't need to redo the settings every time. You don't need to do none of that. Once it's done, it is done. After that, one of the most known ones is actually going back into our settings, and you'll type mouse settings. And then from mouse settings, you go scroll down, additional mouse settings. And then from here, you go to pointer options. Make sure enhanced pointer precision is unchecked. You do not want enhanced pointer precision because that is just mouse acceleration with a funny name, right? I don't know why they didn't call it just mouse acceleration, because that's literally what it is. So basically, when you remove your mouse from left to right, with this checked on, it'll actually start off slower than your actual sensitivity and then speed up as you move it, right, to get to your actual sensitivity. So meaning it starts off slow, ends fast, right? And that's not good for muscle memory, and it's not good for trying to, build your aim. You can't build your aim when your sensitivity's all over the place. Slow, fast, slow, not fun. Now, once you've uncheck this, you're good. Click apply and click OK, and you're good to go. That is a one-time setting. You don't need to do that every time you launch a PC. Now, that is it for today's video. It's short and sweet. There's a few settings you can do with your mouse to actually make your mouse feel better. That is all free in this video, not a single sponsored thing in this video. Now, there's one more thing you can actually do to make your game feel a lot better, and that is actually lowering your ping. So today, we're going to talk about an app called Gear Up Booster. Now, I'm sure you've heard of the app, and you may have heard positive, you may have heard negative, but overall, the app is one of the best out right now. Between XLag and this, they are clashing head and head to be the best app. Now, I personally have tried XLag, and I've tried Gear Up Booster, and the one I like the most is going to be Gear Up Booster, and there's a reason for that. With Gear Up Booster actually running, there is no pack loss, right? My ping stays stable, I could play tournaments and not have to switch anything. With XLag, I constantly have red lines. No hate on XLag, it works great. But so does Gear Up Booster, and it's just more efficient for me, just like XLag may be more efficient for you. But there's only one way to find out which app is better, or which app you just like more, and that is trying it. But luckily, you're in luck with this video and the link in the description, and I may pin it in the comment section. You can actually download this and try it for free. Now, to try it for free, as you can see, this is a business account. It's signed up with my business email. I've actually already redeemed this. So what you do is you go home, go to my wallet. This isn't my main account. I want to make that very clear. And you type laser gaming, and that will actually activate your trial. Now, I've already redeemed this code, but as soon as that code is redeemed, your trial begins. No card info needed. You're good to go. See if you like the app. And if you do, you get a membership. That's up to you, right? You do not have to get a membership. Try it out for free, but that is just me trying to help you guys out in lowering your ping. Now, I do have a few memberships I'm going to be giving away to a few of you guys. So if you DM me on Discord, which Discord is also linked in the description, and you show proof of downloading this app, I will give away a few full memberships to you guys. So download quick, contact me. I only have a few, so contact me quick, and let me know what you guys think of Gear Up Booster when you try it for free. Now, I know we've been yabbing about Gear Up Booster, but I quickly want to say there is multiple servers to choose from. As you can see, Brazil, Europe, Middle East, Asia, Oceania, all of the NA servers. And there's over 2,000 plus games you could choose from, all the way from PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. But let's continue with today's video. Now, unfortunately, that is about all you can do for a mouse when it comes to optimizing it. There is a few things you can do, like tweak packs, zero delay packs, zero ping apps, stuff like that to make your mouse and overall gameplay just feel better, but a lot of those do cost money, so I try to keep everything in this video strictly free. No pack promotions, nothing crazy promoted in this video, and everything that was promoted or talked about is completely free. Now, if you do happen to like this video, and it helps out a lot, like I said in the beginning of the video, we are currently sitting at 98% of you guys like not subscribed, and it is mad unfortunate that you guys don't just sub after watching the video. So if you could subscribe, we're trying to hit 10K and we will be giving away a keyboard. That would mean a lot. You know what I mean? It would mean a lot to me. So if you could do that, that would be great. And if you could like the video, share it to a friend that may need to lower their mouse delay. And once again, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.